Awesome. Well, welcome to our meet and greet. My name is Kelsey, and this is Dean.
I am Dean.
And I've got LaCroix. I'm going to put it in a wine glass just to make it fun tonight. So I am really pumped to have you all on the call tonight. Honestly, if I invited you to this call, it's because I think that you would be an amazing part of our team. We also open this call up to part of our team. So if you were invited by Christy or Tanya or Tiffany or Amber or Annie, I'm just naming a few, then that means that they think that you would also make a great fit for our community. So we'll just get started with I guess for me, one of the coolest things about what we do here is the fact that we're from all over the United States. Some of us are even in Canada, and some of us are even in the UK. So it would be really cool if you could put in the chat section where you're from, and we'll start. You want to talk?
Yeah.
You want to tell us where we're from?
Yeah, we live in Shawnee, Kansas. So I will be the first to type that in the chat window.
Do it.
Southern Oregon, Virginia, California, Gardner, Kansas,
yes,
Canada.
It's so cool. And what I think I love about this the most is that, I don't know if you're like me, but when I was starting my healthy life journey, I would go to work and I was like one of the very few. And so it can feel like you're really alone. But then you have this community, and yes, we're online, but we're really going to become more like family, your online family community, where we just link arms and we do this, and you don't feel like you're so alone, and that you can have this personal growth in multiple areas of your life, and it's not weird. Like, this is the place where it's like really cool to do that. So anyways, I'm really excited to have you on. We'll just introduce ourselves a little bit, since some of you may not know who we are. And then we will go in and talk to you a little bit about how our mentorship is really designed. And then we're going to answer your questions. We have some of your questions jotted down. We have your applications pulled up, and we'll go over those. And then, of course, as we go through the call, it's normal to think of additional questions. So definitely think of those, write them down. If we don't get them answered, then we can open it up at the very end for a little Q&A session. Because the goal of this, like the purpose of this call, is I want you to leave feeling like you got your questions answered, and that you feel like you know exactly what this all is and what it entails and all the things. So,
and what she means by writing your questions down is put them in the chat window.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the best. So that way you don't forget them.
Mm-hmm. So who we are, you want to start, or you want me to?
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm Kelsey, and I have been doing this now for, I can't believe, 6 years. And so when I started, like I said, I just truly needed built-in accountability. And I knew that if I was going to do this, that it was going to force me to create habits in my life to truly better my life in all areas. And so I have been able to do that. And what I get so excited about is then now teaching other people how they can do the same thing. And I think, a lot of times you'll, and I myself included, when I started, I thought, okay, like, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to have this awesome physical transformation. I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to look better and feel better in my jeans and all of the above. And you do. But I think what most people don't realize is the fact that they grow as a person, and they work on, all areas of their life, as far as their emotional strength and their mental clarity and that mental transformation that you'll have. And truly, it bleeds into all areas of your life. And that is how you become a better mom and a better wife and just better at everything, because you're constantly working on yourself. And I think a lot of people don't realize that until they get started. If you follow Rachel Hollis, she talks about having a vase, a glass vase. So we're going to pretend that this is the glass vase. It's my wine glass with water, but we're going to pretend it that way. So I think as women, especially, I'm sure men struggle with it too, but I'm a woman, so I can speak for myself and my own experience, that we feel like we have to give to other people. And so we pour a little bit, and then we pour all out. But what happens is the glass is going to like break because you're pouring and it breaks. And so then you feel drained. You feel like you can't give anymore and you feel exhausted. And that's how I started. I felt just drained in all areas of my life. Like, is this truly what life is? And what I found is that when we stand up straight and tall and we pour into ourselves, so we work out and we eat clean and we read personal development and we work on our marriage and we work on all these other things, what happens is we're pouring all this good into our glass. And you could, if I had just had another one, pour, 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 pour. What happens is that the water then starts to overflow into our kids. It overflows into our marriage. It overflows into our jobs. And so it truly just makes us a better person. And we have more energy to be able to give. And so that truly is what this is. And so when I started 6 years ago, my intent was just to work on myself. And what I found is I was bleeding into everything. And I've become extremely passionate about what we do here. And I like to really think of it more as like being a lifestyle influencer. And what I mean by that is, yes, health and fitness is definitely a slice of pie. So if you can visualize, if you're like me, you're visualizing here, a piece of, we're going to call it pecan pie because it's my favorite.
Not a piece, a whole pie.
Oh, yeah, whole pie. And there's like 6 slices, let's say, just 5 or 6 slices of that pie. One slice is going to be health and fitness because we do want you to work on that. But the other slices are going to be things that you want to work on yourself. It's going to be maybe marriage is something you're going to be more intentional about this year. Maybe it's going to be you love DIY projects, but you haven't scheduled it in your day to work on that. But that's just something that brings you joy. So you're going to talk about that, and you're going to talk about other things in your life that you either really, really strongly believe in or things that you love doing. And we will teach you how to do that. And so over the course of my 6 years of doing this, I have helped a lot of people, and I've helped people help people. And that's what this is all about, is truly like linking arms and looking for people who truly want to make a difference, but not only in their life, but in other people's lives. And the byproduct of that is your income will grow and your income will rise. But it's through consistency. It's through believing in yourself and in what it is that you're doing. And so 6 years later, I've been able to leave I was a registered nurse. That's what I did full time. I've left my registered nurse job, and Dean you want to talk now?
Yes. Thank you. Opening up the floor. No, so I was a project manager prior to joining Kelsey in April. Unlike her, I was rather not inspired, rather not excited about the opportunity to do this. She was laying in bed at night awake thinking about ideas of how she could help people. And I was praying on the other side of the bed that she would just forget about it and not remember and wouldn't ask me again to join. I thought if I waited long enough and told her no enough that she would just forget about it. Well, that didn't happen. Like most arguments and battles in our marriage, I lost. So here we are 6 years later. She won, of course. And, it took about a year of her staying consistent and proving to me that she was going to do what she said she would do. And it wasn't all talk. She got to work right away about helping other women, starting boot camps and hosting them and helping people get results. And, when the bank account reflects that, it's hard to be a hater for too long. It kind of speaks for itself, and it really mutes my negativity, or muted my negativity. And in my defense, I wasn't negative because I didn't think she could do it. I was negative because I've seen a lot of people come through different organizations, not exactly Beachbody, but other companies, and they turn into this. And this is what I'm most passionate about, I think, because I hate it the most, is when people start a journey like this, they turn into like this Beachbody robot or this oils robot or whatever the product may be. And then they forget about who they are, and they forget that people don't come to social media to buy things. They come to start a relationship and connect with other people who are struggling or starting in a same spot like them. And that's what I was worried about her becoming, because I worked with other people and I've seen other people that get in, they do it for like 3 months. They're really loud. And you know what I mean by loud on social media about it. And then after that, like, it's like, where'd you go? It's almost like that guy in the mall that's trying to sell you a curling iron or a straightener, and you get out your phone like and pretend like your mom's on the line so you don't have to make eye contact with them and you keep walking. That's how people can be on social media if they're not careful. And you know, when she brought me home in April, I don't like just sit on the couch, eat Cheetos, and watch Jerry Springer. I help the team and mentor the team and train them on this area because I am so passionate about it, about how not to be a really loud, annoying person on social media and stick to yourself and true to yourself and who you are.
Yeah.
And I truly believe what she was talking about and filling up your glass. Rachel Hollis talks about it as when the tide rises in the harbor, all the boats being all the areas in your life, being a mom, a wife, a husband, a coach on your kid's soccer team, all those areas rise as like boats in a harbor would, because there's more water and it's lifting every area up in your life. And I truly have watched that firsthand. And when you start working on yourself and improve yourself, you start wanting to take care of other areas of your life and go, how can I be the best? I've conquered this and I feel good about myself and I'm getting a lot of sleep and I'm working out and I'm seeing results and I feel better because I'm eating healthier. How can I help other areas of my life? And it just, like she said, it bleeds through. But anyway, kind of got off on the tangent there, but back to that. So I kind of help teach the team alongside with Kelsey, helping people understand how they can be themselves on social media. And we've came up with an entire 2 to 3 week course teaching you how to start your business, basically.
Right.
So I'll let Kelsey lead into our mentorship and how it works. But
I just want to, the boats with the tides.
The boats in the harbor?
Yeah. That's from her new book, Girl Stop Apologizing.
Yeah.
It's amazing, just for the record.
So if you know who Rachel Hollis is, she's the author of Girl Wash Your Face. We just read Girl Stop Apologizing.
Yeah. And it officially comes out in March. But anyways, that's a total.
So I'm going to write a carbon copy of it, and I'm going to call it Dude Wash Your Face. And
you mean Dude Stop Apologizing?
And Dude Stop Apologizing, and I'm going to make millions of it.
Oh, Dean. Silly. Okay, so a little bit, I want to talk about our team because I just want to brag on them. There's so many of them on this call tonight, but we got the call was that last week or the week before? Our team in 2018 ended at number 27 in the company, and that's over 400,000 people. And I want y'all, if you're on our
27 or 28.
I know. So many people have told me different things. 28.
Yeah, you said 27.
I mean,
I
get thrown off because
don't be trying to tell people
I went
better.
to Ohio, and then Corey was like, "You ended 29, right?" And I was like, "I'm confused now. What did we end?"
We ended 28 in the company out of 400,000 teams.
Yeah,
which is a huge accomplishment. What that says is,
raise your hand if you're on our team right now. Raise your hand, because all y'all. I don't say
we're
y'all,
from Kansas,
but you played a huge role in that.
Yeah, so I love how that ranking system is structured within the organization, because no longer do we live in the day where the number one person is at top and the person who makes the most money is at top. How it's structured is the team that sees the most success in the first 2 years of their business is ranked higher in the organization.
Yeah.
Receives the lower number. So there's only 27 teams within 400,000 that did a better job than Conquer Nation last year. But
I will say this, you'll get both of us, and I think that's a huge part of it. You get 2 mentors, but then you also get a team of people who are seeing success. And I think the cool part about that is that you have this community to bounce ideas off of, and really smart people in our team that will help you see success in your business.
Yeah, like we may not know what we're doing, but the people on this call know what they're doing. So just reach out to them. If they invited you, they know what they're doing. They got this team to 28. So ask them.
Yeah, it's really
they're the
cool.
brains of this operation. So huge congrats to them.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about our mentorship and how it would look, and then we'll answer your questions, and then we'll open it up to if you have additional questions, because I'm sure you will.
2 things.
Yeah.
And I know most people came to this call, Take Back the Kitchen and the Starbucks gift card.
Oh, let's do the Starbucks. Can we do the Starbucks gift card?
Absolutely.
Okay, so everybody on this call tonight, so if you will, just like type in your name, because I don't think some of the people type in your name in the chat so it saves it for me. And then we will send you
first
a
and
free
last
week.
name.
Yeah, we will send you a free week into Take Back the Kitchen. We just received it. So what happens when you join our team is that on Fridays, you get to your email box a grocery list, a meal plan. It's family approved. It's sustainable, and it just takes the guesswork out of it. You don't have to look on Pinterest for recipes. It's just amazing. So you will get that on Fridays. So you'll get it tomorrow. And then over the weekend, you do your grocery shopping. You do, if you order your groceries online, you do that, and then Monday you have all your meals for the week. So
yeah, if you're like us, you just order online and you have that little sweet lady bring it to the front door, and you just carry it in, and it's great.
It is. So you will get that. That's a free gift from our team to you. And then we're going to do the Starbucks gift card. I'll let you talk about that.
Oh, okay. So we are going to, everybody on this call, anybody who takes a goofy picture of us from this call, takes a picture and tags us on Instagram.
Let's do it too.
We're going to put you in a random drawing, and we've got an automated computer system that we have online that just picks a random name, and we will send you a Starbucks gift card.
Come on, Dean, let's do it.
Selfie.
Okay, let me get it. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Take the picture.
Did you guys all get everybody? You all get your pictures now. 1, 2, 3. Everybody, take your photo. You can put it on your Instagram stories.
I should have grew out the mustache for this one.
Make sure to tag us though.
So I'll go through the tags probably tomorrow, and then we will put that in the generator and select one lucky person to receive a Starbucks gift card. But everybody will get a copy of Take Back the Kitchen. So if you put your name in the chat window.
Yeah.
So give us a little time to send that out. We'll get it out by tomorrow, and you'll have Take Back the Kitchen ready for the weekend.
It'll be good.
So, yep, our gift to you for taking time out of your evening to jump on this call and listen to us.
And learn more, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the mentorship. You say yes. You're like, yes, I'm ready. I'm nervous. I'm excited, but I need this change in my life. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm ready to do this, okay? So that's your mindset. You're like, I'm nervous, excited. Let's do this. So what happens is you'll reach then out to the person that invited you to this call, and you'll say, I'm ready. Let's do it. And they'll send you a customized link. It's like a link directly to like a shopping cart, customized to what you need and what fits right in your life. And once you get that, you'll click on that link, and it will take you right through enrollment to get started. After you do that, you'll reach back out to the person and say, I did it. And everyone's going to like have a virtual dance party for you because we'll be so excited. So, then at that point, you'll get a welcome email from your coach, and it will it'll walk you through the next steps. At that point, then we'll plug you into our mentorship. Our mentorship is a 3-week course. We do a weekly Zoom call like this, where we break down what are the 5 things that you should focus on as a brand new lifestyle influencer coach. What are the 5 things that you should really laser in and focus on? The second call is really going to be about how you advance to your first promotion, basically, in this organization. And then the last call is we're going to break down and show you exactly what you do when we sit down to work. And we'll do it together, so you're not alone in that. So that's how our mentorship works. Once that mentorship is complete, you'll graduate, and we'll have, a little party. And then we will plug you into our team page. So our team page is our big community page. And the reason we did it this way is because we really want you to focus in on your mentorship. We want you to make sure you get that training done in a smaller environment. And then we'll plug you into our team page, where we have our weekly team calls. We do recognition in there. If I find like a really great video, I'll make sure I share it in there. It's really just a great place for people to bounce ideas off of each other. when you have certain goals that you want to hit for yourself, it's also a place that you can plug into an extra layer of accountability. So we have all of the resources and tools for you to be just as successful as you want. And like I said, we will mentor you along. If if we invited you to the call, we would be your first line of mentors. But let's say Marissa, you sign with Marissa, and Marissa's your mentor, but then we are also helping you along in the journey too. So you have literally like a team of people that are supporting you along in your health and fitness journey, but then also along in your business. So that's really cool. Anything else that you want to talk about with that? With our mentorship?
No, I don't think so. I will say when we became a coach 6 years ago, what we got was a welcome email and a good luck, basically. So the reason we came up with this and this training course is because that wasn't, I didn't feel like the best way to get started. And I didn't think that was the best process to start as a new coach. So we sat down and thought, okay, what would we do if we were going to do that again? And it was, we came up with a training course with everything that you need to know starting out and kind of a lot more guidance along the way. So our mindset with this is you're in it to win it with us. And so we're going to make sure that helps even anybody that joins our team, not even that signs up with us, but we walk with you the entire way. And then, do things like this with you. Everything that we do as Kelsey and I, our team is invited to. So, and that's down to even the boot camps. Mm-hmm. So like when you come on, you don't have to freak out and go, I don't even know how to spell boot camp, let alone run one. So it's a great idea because it's all set up for you to get an idea of how to run your own and how to invite to it and how not to be a jerk on social media and things like that. So it really gives you a good solid foundation to start out and win, because I believe small wins fast is the key to success. Because if you're in this business for 6 years and never see a win, we know you're not going to be around the next 6 years. So our goal is to help you see fast wins right away.
I was going to put some people on the spot here. So that's what I do sometimes. Tiffany and Amber, they're fairly new and have gone through the mentorship within like the last 6 months or so. And so I would love for them, one of you, doesn't matter, want to unmute yourself and just kind of share your experience through the mentorship.
Actually, don't call on Tiffany. She is busy. So she said she could chat, but don't call on her. I don't know if that's still true.
But, she did? I'm sorry. I missed that memo. Amber.
So I was so grateful for the coach mentorship, because I was able to, you just do it on your phone. I just did it like in the morning and then did it when I got home from work, and it teaches you everything you need to know. Like, even like if you feel like you're Instagram like illiterate, like I was when I first started, it teaches you like little steps and tools on how to like be more savvy at Instagram, all the way to like what you should be doing to grow your business, and like everything that you need to know, it's like in there. And what I love is that it's available to give to my girls that, want to start this. And like that takes like a huge like pressure off of me, but I can still help people be successful. And Dean and Kelsey so graciously like open this up for like all of our teams. So I just can't rave enough about the coach mentorship. Like seriously, such good content, and I just love it.
Yay, thank you for sharing all of that. And then I want to have one more person, and Allie, she was on. Let me see if she's still on. She is just now finishing up through the mentorship.
Oh man.
I know. I was like, should I put her on the spot? Should I not? But I think she'll rock it.
Oh man, she's gonna pay you back.
I know. Can I unmute you, Allie?
Talking about me.
Yes.
I love you guys. I love doing this. It's amazing. You guys help me through everything. Last night we had a personal one-on-one call. There's like me and 2 other girls in it, and it's just everything I have questions about. You guys are right there answering, helping me out, making me feel confident, motivating me. It's just, it's awesome. I can't say anything bad about it.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. We love working with coaches one-on-one to really help you build that confidence, because it's something new. You're learning basically a new quote unquote job. And so there's a learning curve to it. And so we never want you to feel like, yes, you're in your own home. We're all in our own homes, but we never want you to feel like you're alone. So cool. Let's answer some of your questions that you have.
And if you guys have thought any more, just drop them over in the comments section, and we'll be sure we won't make you unmute yourself like we did Allie. So don't worry there.
Yeah. Let's see here. One of the questions was, do I need to be like certified or at my goal weight, or like, do I need to have like a degree or something like that to do this? And the answer is no. Like, you just need to be on your journey. Like, it's not this perfect Barbie and Ken kind of world. Like, this is what inspires people, is the journey, not the end result. And so people want to watch you figure it out, and they want to watch you day in and day out show up when it's hard, when it's inconvenient, when life throws you a curveball, how you react to it. That's what's inspiring for people. And so I always kind of have to, say, what if I had my twins and I just deleted my Instagram completely, and then I came back after I had gotten fit again? Like, people would be like, that's awesome, good for her. They wouldn't connect with that story of watching me back through my health and fitness journey after having them. I'm going to put somebody else on the spot here really quick. Christy, is she still on?
You're going to start getting people dropping off.
I know people are going to be mad at me.
Christy who?
Christy Britcher.
There she is.
Can you talk? Are you available to talk, Christy?
Yeah, I can talk. What's up?
I just want you to share your journey, like where you were at, like, and how far you've come, and the fact of like the aspect of that question a little bit. Like, do I have to be at my certain goal weight or at a certain spot in my physical fitness journey to start this?
Right. So absolutely not. So when I started my journey was almost 3 years ago, and I was over 40 pounds heavier than I am today. But with that said, I began coaching about a year into where I started my journey as a discount coach, which some of you might choose to do, but I highly recommend not. I highly recommend you going on and just starting the journey, because I was afraid. I was in that mode of, I'm not where I am, and I still need to meet my goal. And the fact of the matter is, I really should have started this business a year earlier, because had I would have been building all of those relationships, and they would have seen my transformation in real life. And it's interesting because people that are in my real life, like day to day, that see me at work and school, they got to see that transformation. And so they saw the change. But I can't imagine how many people I could have helped had I just said yes back then to really just putting myself out there. So
I think your story is so inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing, Christy.
You're welcome.
And then I think Tanya was on. I think she's got a really inspiring story as well. Can you talk, Tanya?
Sure.
Kind of on the same, a little bit on the same subject.
Yeah, I started when I was probably at my lowest point in my life. My dad had passed away. I'm going to get emotional, but I was in a really, really bad spot. And kind of like Christy, instead of waiting, I just decided to start sharing right away. And, 25 pounds later, here I am now. And it's not just the weight, though, like you were saying. It's the mental health. It's the emotional health. It's overall wellness. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting kind of emotional thinking about it. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't wait, because there's people who started watching me back in April that are now coming forward and saying, I've been watching this whole time and you really inspired me. And so that's what really gets me going. So, but sorry.
No, I mean, I think you're so right on the money. And I think sometimes we think we're going to wait for like that perfect number on the scale, or when I feel like I have more time, or when I feel like there's always that, like, what if? And if you just jump in from the beginning, like Christy was saying, like she wished she would have, and Tanya said she did, I think you're going to see yourself grow, because then now you're impacting other people's lives. And I think what's really cool is that you're not going to get necessarily likes and comments from people, but then all of a sudden you'll receive a message saying like that you've been inspiring a person. And that like just gives me chills. That's what keeps me moving forward. So thank you both for sharing. I love that.
Yeah. For whatever reason, like and I do it, I've done it before and I still do it, is we don't think we're worthy enough of it. We don't think we're at an ideal weight, so to speak, or we have to be a certain level of confidence because we're not worthy of it. But if you hang around this team enough, we'll trick you and we'll scam you into believing that you are worthy enough and that you're good enough about where you are. And by God, you're going to share it with the world, because there's somebody else on the other side that's thinking about calling it quits because they have no one else in their life believing in them. And when you get a message like that from a guy that is thinking about calling it quits on his couch, and you've shared enough of your story to inspire him to believe that he can do it, it's really life-changing. And when we use the term life-changing, that's what we mean. And I don't take that lightly. But it's going to look a little bit like a car accident sometimes for you. It's like when people turn on the news and they love seeing bad news in a car accident. When you see a car accident, everybody slows down and looks, right? That's how I feel on social media sometimes. It's like that's what gets the most eyeballs, is my story going through the car accident. But it's that journey or that struggle of going through the car accident, but overcoming it and getting through to the other side. That's really what's saving people's lives and what's really inspiring to people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So thank you both for sharing.
Yeah. Okay. We had another question about like what type of person who really thrives on a team like this. And I'll answer, and then I'm going to have Ashley Vandelberg say a little something about what she thinks on that. I know she's like, okay. So I think it's a person who loves helping people. Period. Like they would do it if they didn't make money because they just want to help other people. Number one. Number two, a person that thrives on this team is somebody that's positive and willing just to go after it, but then also a person that's willing to like lean in. And what I mean by lean in is they're really engaged with the team. They're commenting and liking on the team's photos. They're jumping on the team trainings. They are learning. They're taking notes, but then they're not just learners. They're action-oriented people. They're going to take what they learn and then they're going to apply it right away. And so definitely that would be a person I would say that would thrive really well on our team. Ashley, what would you say? Because I just feel like you're one of those that have just done so well.
I mean, what you said is exactly what I would say as well. And also somebody who's super consistent, which, I mean, you kind of said that too, but from day one that I said I was going to coach, I took action immediately. Like I did not wait on anything or anyone. I just did my vitals every single day, and you'll learn those. Have you talked about the vitals? I don't think you have, but there's 4 pieces to it. And like, you guys, we're working out, taking care of other people, taking care of ourselves. Like that's what we do every single day. How cool is it that this gets to be your job? This is what gets to help your family pay for. Like today I shared in my stories, like I paid for my son to play competitive baseball today that we weren't going to get to pay for as of last week. So there's just so many pieces to the puzzle that's so freaking cool. So somebody who takes action immediately is honestly going to thrive.
Love that. Thank you for sharing. And I hadn't seen your Instagram story about that. That's so cool, Ashley. That's really awesome. Okay. This is another question or kind of a statement a person made. I am not good at sales. I don't want to be salesy or pushy. Would I be successful at this? And this is what I'll say on that. If you're going to be salesy, or if you're going to lead with sales, you're not going to be successful. You can't lead with that. It's truly with leading with your heart and wanting to help and serve other people. Kind of like Dean was saying earlier in the call at the mall, when you're walking through the mall and somebody's like, buy this straightener, and you're like pretending that you're on your phone because you don't want to talk to them. We don't want to become that person. And so we're not going to teach you to be sales oriented at all in this. We will teach you.
Yeah. And for whatever reason, like 90% of people who start something lead with the sale, like I was saying earlier. And I don't know who's training these people, but you watch them all fizzle out when they lead like that, because it only lasts for like 3 months. They make a couple of sales, and then it's just not, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So we teach you to lead with your story, and everyone has a story. I don't care how small or how insignificant or how large it may be. That's part of our training, is teaching you how to share your story, how to grow your social media, and use what's significant about you. And, I get the comment a lot, well, the market's flooded. There's 400,000 coaches. 400,000 coaches, that's the size of the population of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we've got a lot of people still to help. And when you say the market's flooded, no, you want to know what market is flooded? The real estate market. Take a look at how many real estate agents you know. But no one has done it like you. And if you can capitalize on using your story and your situation in life, you will succeed. But if you capitalize on leading with products and sales, you will fail.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. And just to piggyback off that, like, we will teach you social media. So don't have to worry about like, oh, I know nothing, because I knew nothing. We will teach you all of that in our mentorship. And in fact, Marissa, did you have an Instagram? Do you want to share a little bit about your story on that topic? Or can you?
I started a completely new Instagram. When I started, I maybe had like 30 followers. I started a new one, and with implementing the things that we're taught, I've grown my Instagram to over 4,000 people, which it's not about the followers, it's about your engagement, but it does help when you have more eyes on your stuff. So.
Yeah, and she's one of our leaders. I'm so excited. She had a record check this last week, and is being able to donate to St. Jude's because of it. So just that's the kind of impact we're making as a team. Really cool. I think that was it. Well, no, I have another question. I think this would be the last one. And then go ahead. If you start to think of questions that you have, you can put it in the chat window here. But the last question that I have written down here is, how do you get paid? And so that's probably a good one to talk about. Yeah. So there's 2 different ways that you actually earn money in this business. Like, there's 2 like buckets. So there's the sales bucket, which we told you is not like, we don't train you to make sales. Sales will happen naturally when you're doing things right. Right. So there's a sales bucket. You make 25% commission off anything that you sell from your website. Right. So then the second bucket is you're building a team of people who also want to help and serve other people. And that's why you guys are all on this call. You want to help and serve other people. And so when you do that, the best way, I think, that, because this is the way my brain works, is let's just pretend for a second that I am Chipotle headquarters. So I'm up here, and Dean comes to me and says, I want to build a franchise in Shawnee, and I want to have a Chipotle. I want to own a Chipotle. And Ashley comes to me and says, I want to have one in Gardner. So we're going to put one in Gardner. And so and Marissa wants to have one in wherever she lives. And maybe one in Canada or wherever. So we're going to have like all of these franchisees of Chipotles, because that's what they want. My job is to train Marissa, train Ashley, train Dean how to hire really good people, how to make the recipe really like all the same, so that it doesn't matter if Nina goes to Dean's Chipotle, Ashley's Chipotle, or Marissa's Chipotle. It's going to taste the same, and she's going to have a really good customer service, and the hours are going to be consistent. And so my job is to make sure that your business, Dean's business as Chipotle and Shawnee, is going to be successful. And my job is to help Ashley make sure that her franchise is going to be super successful. And my job is to help make sure Marissa's franchise is to be super successful. When that happens, Dean's happy because now his business that he started is thriving. Ashley's business is thriving. She's happy. Marissa's business is thriving. And I get to keep my doors open. Because if Dean's business sucks, guess what? His doors close. If Marissa's doors, everyone's business falls. So this is basically like opening up your own franchise in coaching and lifestyle influencing. But the cool thing is that we help you tweak it to personalize it to your brand, to your style, to your personality, to the things that you're passionate about. And we help you do that. And that's called that. When that happens, it's called a team cycle bonus. And so you get points based off that. So that is the part of your business that becomes lucrative over time. Again, it's not one of those like get rich quick type things. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to stay consistent. You have to have the long-term mindset with it. Just as if you were to open up a Chipotle franchise. Does anybody know how much it costs to open up a Chipotle? I actually
the last I looked it up, it was $1 million, and that didn't even buy your building.
So this does not cost $1 million to buy a building. But if you invested $1 million in a Chipotle, would you show up every day to work?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you would. Would you stay consistent? Yeah, you would. Would you advertise to make sure people are getting in there? Yeah, you would. So if you treat this just like you opened up a Chipotle, your business will thrive and you're going to help a lot of people along the way. So
yeah, and so the difference between this and Chipotle, and we're just using that as an example, is Chipotle, you have to buy into the franchise, and then you have to buy your building, and then you got to give a percentage to Kelsey, the franchise, the headquarters. And then you got to be at your store every day. You got to hire people. You got to manage it, people you trust. The difference is this is online. You don't have to buy a building. Your fee to corporate is $15.95 a month. Mm-hmm. That's your fee. And it's $160 to get started. So, right. And I don't know if you've heard of Amazon and Netflix and basically everything else. Like even I seen someone today bought a car without even stepping onto the dealership lot, all from their phone. I don't know if you've paid attention, but that's kind of where the society is headed. No longer do we live in the days where, I mean, you can get your groceries delivered to you now. What would normally be weird, putting a 14-year-old in a car with a strange person, is now called Uber. So we live in the day and age where everything is streamed online and everything is operated online. So good news for you. You don't have to pay to open up a Chipotle and be there every day. You get to do it from your computer or smartphone.
Yes. So true.
So with that being said, I think we had a couple questions.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of looking at the questions while you were talking. Somebody said, what if I don't need to lose weight? There's a lot of people that have been super successful that aren't here to lose weight. They're here to be healthy. And that's what I think I love most about what we do is it's not just a weight loss thing. It's really a lifestyle health balance. So it does touch, if maybe you're a person that wants to work more on your mental health, maybe it's a person that you want to work more on your emotional health. Maybe you just have been eating crap and you're what a lot of people call a skinny fat and you just want to get healthy. Maybe you want to be more intentional about getting in your workout. So everybody's story, this is what Dean was saying. When you don't lead with the product and you lead with why you're here, and the purpose of why you're here, that's when people are going to relate to you. So it's not necessarily about having a 10-pound weight loss, 25-pound weight loss, 100-pound weight loss, whatever it is. It might just be about really getting emotionally strong or mentally feeling like you have made leaps and bounds in that. So yeah, that was a really good question because we didn't touch on that. Thank you.
There was another one about Instagram or social media up there.
Did I miss it?
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
Hold on.
Maybe you know where it is.
Oh, there it is. I don't have a substantial social media presence / followers. Would this decrease my likelihood of success?
No.
Absolutely not. In fact,
like Marissa said, she started with 0. I started with like 100 followers.
And a prime example is we have training for that, of course, but actually this Sunday we're doing a team call, and one of the leaders on our team is actually going to host it, and it's about growing your social media and the tools that she's used, and she's actually a lot better than even we are, so we're letting her host the call and do the training.
Yeah.
So it'd be a really great one to jump on, and that we do stuff like that all the time, because to say that you don't have a good social media is like, that's the equivalent to me saying that too, because once I feel like I get social media figured out, it changes. So we're all kind of in the same boat here. I just have been studying it a little longer than you, but I teach our team, and Faith is the one teaching on Sunday, and she's going to teach the team what she knows and the best practices for Instagram right now.
Yeah.
But great question.
Somebody said, what if I signed up and did, it looks like maybe bought the Beachbody on demand over the summer? Would she still have to pay the $160 to become a coach? No, we actually have what's called a completion pack. So those are for people who already have Beachbody on demand. So there's definitely options. So you'll definitely want to connect with your coach and let them know, okay, this is what I have, and then they'll come back with like different options for you to get started. Oh, it looks like Tanya answered that one for me. Thanks, Tanya. And then it looks like we have a question. I've never done a Beachbody workout. Can we become a coach and start the workouts at the same time? Yes, definitely. We will train you how to really work on yourself with your health and fitness, and then also be able to build that credibility online to be able to help other people while you're on your journey. So yes, definitely.
One of the most important things and one of the best things you can do is work on yourself at the same time.
Yeah.
Is get started and get into it, join a challenge group or host your own or partner up with somebody and run one. But getting results, whether that's physical, mental, or a combination of both. And that's the strongest thing that you can do right away.
Yeah. So somebody says that they work full time. How practical is it to work a full-time job and get started as a coach? Is this the standard for most people starting out? Yeah, I would say 99% of people start working a full-time job. Most of us are moms too. So it's definitely, you can do it, and you just have to be intentional about it. Just like anything else that you take as a priority, you have to go, okay, I want to be intentional about growing this. I want to be intentional about helping people. Where can I plug this into my schedule? I know Tanya that shared works full-time. Christy that shared works full-time. Tiffany and Amber work full-time. There's a lot of them that are still working full-time and doing this. So absolutely you can do that.
Yeah, and so many people see, like, we've been at this for a while now, but you're looking at two people that did it full-time, both of us working full-time, and did it in after the kid, with kids even.
Yeah.
After they went to bed, when we could fit it in. Most successful businesses are built as a side hustle.
Yeah.
As a side job. I mean, you look at the most successful people and they do it while they're working for someone else full time.
Yeah. At the same time.
This is the same.
Tanya, I think did you want to say something? I feel like I seen your arm go up.
Yeah, I say, while I'm not crying anymore, I just wanted to say, I feel like I was a workaholic majorly before I started this business. And that was part of my biggest stress factors. And when I started this business, I feel like the vital behaviors and everything that we teach in the mentorship really talks about how to be intentional with your time and how to prioritize your time. And so I'm someone that still works a lot. I have family all over, so I'm traveling. And I feel like it has made me better at organization and better at prioritizing. And I feel like I have more time for things that I love to do because of the business, because I have just become so much more intentional. So yes, definitely with a full-time job, I still am. I'm still working full-time. So
Thank you. I love that you shared all of that because I agree. I think it really has for me too. I've had to become more intentional about all areas of my life. And I think that goes back to what you were saying about the tides rise. Is that the right terminology? I always mess up things like that. The tides rise. Yeah. And I would agree for sure. Awesome. I'm not seeing any other questions. So if you do, I'm skimming through this. Am I missing any? Is this the new one? No, that was the one I touched on earlier. Sorry, just kind of looking through the chat window.
If you guys need a moment to write a question, we'll give a couple minutes here, but I think we've got everybody's questions answered.
Yeah,
my rule is that you have to ask the question on the call. Like, don't send me a message saying, "Oh, I just thought of this," or "I didn't feel comfortable writing in front of everybody because I was afraid you're going to call me out." I'll say, "Sorry, you're going to have to wait till the next meet and greet."
Indeed.
No, but I really encourage. I mean, we are a team that we work really hard and we help each other really hard, but we also are not uptight and not serious, and we play hard too. So.
What if I am with a coach, but they're not signed up anymore? That's super simple. When we send that link that we were talking about, you can actually get your coach switched at the same time. So that's really simple to do.
And it'll actually ask you as you're checking out, do you want to switch? And you say yes. And
I did forget to mention our mentorship starts on Monday, and we are only selecting a certain number of spots because we really want to keep our priorities in check. I mean, we have a team still that we have to, work with as well. And so taking a percentage of our time for our new mentees, we have to make sure we limit that. And then as well, we have a family. So we have 3 little girls too. So we have to keep our priorities in line as well. So
they only play in the dog kennel for so long until they want your attention again. Yeah.
So if we will be sending out the recording tomorrow and details on how many spots we do have left, but they're going fast. Like, I cannot believe how fast all the spots are going. But what if you're struggling financially and you want to put you're all into this, but you're scared of risking not doing well? That's when you just have to go all in. I think the biggest thing for people is they're like, okay, I'm just going to kind of try it. I'm going to put a toe in. I'm going to put 1 foot in. We'll just see what happens. You're not going to see success when you just put a foot in. You have to jump and take the leap and know it's going to be nervous and know you're going to feel a little uncomfortable, but that is when it's going to work. And you have to trust the process. There's a delay, but just like anything. So think of your fitness results. If you've done a fitness program or if you've gone to the gym before or started a clean eating diet, you don't eat one salad and go, oh, look, I've got abs and lost 15 pounds. It's been that consistency over time that you lose the weight or that you feel the energy. And the same is true with this business. You jump 2 feet in and you trust the process, knowing it will work. You have to trust the process and go and jump in. So
I always think of it like this, and Allie will laugh at me because I used this last night on our call, is, I think about it as like being a parent. I don't know if you're a mother, but if even if you know someone that is a mother, you can relate to this. It's kind of like being a mom in the sense that you're never really 100% ready to be a mom. Like, I was never 100% ready to be a dad. Like, I was excited, but I'm like, I can barely take care of myself. How am I going to take care of someone else plus myself? I'm too immature, whatever it may be. You don't kind of sort of get pregnant and expect to be a good mom. Right? You don't kind of sort of like, I'm going to take care of this kid for 6 months and see if it works. And if not, I'm going to take him back to the clinic or whatever. Like, no, you're not all ready, but you're ready for a change and you're ready to give it your all. You're not given everything when you're a new mom or a new dad. You figure it out one day at a time. You don't have to figure it all out You don't have to figure out all the first year's drama in the first day, but you figure it out one day at a time over 365 days. And you call people and you ask people for help. And that's what we are for you. We're your lifeline. You pull on the cord if you can't take it anymore, and we will help you out. If we can't help you out, this team will help you out. Like I said earlier, they're a lot smarter, but you never feel 100% ready. But at some point, you've got to pull your parachute and jump, or you never know what it's like to go parachuting. You never know what it's like to be living. You always sit back and go, well, what if? What if? And you'll watch safely. You'll watch safely on the sidelines of other people doing it, and you'll say, well, what if? Or even if you do jump and you didn't go all in, you'll say, what if I would have went all in? I wonder what I could have got out of this. I wonder what I was capable of.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
I want you to think about it like that, because it's very similar. Kelsey spent a long time not going in, all in. And then when she did go all in, it completely changed her business.
Totally.
Completely. And it changed the amount of people she was helping.
Okay.
Oh man, we got a lot of questions now.
How do you secure support? Email the person that invited you. Definitely.
What are the next steps? Yes. Reach out to the person tonight. If it was us that invited you, reach out tonight. However you were communicating back and forth. But if it was with us, we've only got a couple spots left. If you want one, do it now. If you were invited to this call, it means we think would be a great fit for the team. So it's no question there. It's a question of, do you want to be on this team? So that is the question. If you feel like after this talk or after this call tonight, you think this would be a great fit, you want to go in with it, you want to get better and work on yourself, then reach out to the person that invited you on the call.
The Starbucks in your Instagram stories. Throw it up in your Instagram stories. Tag Dean and I, say meet and greet tonight.
And it's just Dean. I'll type it out.
Dean Shackley and Kelsey Shackley.
That's our handle on Instagram. Tag us.
Yeah.
It'll go to our inbox so that we know who tagged us, and we'll look at your picture, see how goofy it is. And then I promise not to reshare it if it's too goofy, but I'll put you in the drawing. So just to recap real quick. So you get the mentorship, you get Take Back the Kitchen, you get
boot camp
spot. We're doing T20. You get for the gentlemen that are on the call or that aren't on the call, Dean's got the Man Cave. So we've got the Man Cave, which is an ongoing boot camp. I can't tell you too much about it because what happens in the Man Cave stays in the Man Cave. But the gentlemen are welcome to the Man Cave. They're sworn to secrecy, but they are welcome. So there's that. What else am I forgetting?
A mentorship spot. I don't know if you said that already.
I said that. I think that's it. Chance to change your life completely and change other people's lives.
Somebody says, my husband wants to coach as well. And we were working with another coach.
A coach, but she only mentioned ladies. Will Dean be able to help him out in the business from a guy's perspective? Yep, absolutely.
Mindy Winder story is super inspiring. Yes.
Whoa.
Okay.
I really want to start, but I'm in the same boat. I have 1 foot in, don't even know where to start. Well, the first place to start is to reach out.
Reach out, sign up, and then just make a decision. It's really just a decision that you're making, to saying, I'm putting both feet in. I'm going to be coachable. I'm going to learn, and I'm going to apply, and I'm going to listen to what Dean and Kelsey are telling me. I'm going to do it. Cool. Oh, wait. Woo! Okay.
I didn't tag you, Dean. Well, you should. Post it again. Tag me.
That's always on silence.
Maybe you can, but then I would say, no, I'm not ready. But now I'm ready to do it for myself.
Yay.
I have both feet in. All right. So excited to have you do this with us, Carly. Yes.
Yay.
Email sent.
Awesome. Okay. Well, anything else? Any last nuggets, Dean Shackley, or anybody else on the call?
Man, do you guys have any more questions? Because after this call, it's up to you. I leave you with the decision. I'm not going to bug you anymore. But I will end this call if I don't have any more questions.
Yes, absolutely, Nina.
Yes.
Awesome, you guys. Have a great night. And I can't wait to work with so many of you come Monday.
Let's do this thing. Let's
Yeah.
make 2019 the best year you've ever had.
Yes. Bye, guys.
See ya.